Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to manage a condor which didn't go the way you wanted it to go. So basically failing condor. So I'm just going to introduce you to this trade. This is a KHC trade and the condor I've built was basically in this area which you can see here on those two lines mark the points at which I sold put and sold the call, and the protective are somewhere here. But basically I wanted the KHC price to stay between the 30 and 34, so quite narrow range, but it was just because I've seen this bouncing up and down in here and never leaving that range. So I wanted to maximize my benefit, but what actually really happened was that KHC was in an uptrend and left this area, and well, my contract was like running out of time around here. So today is like the 0th day, and therefore I have to record this also today and not wait until Monday. So how do you manage a trade where actually the price leaves the area of the call side strike? So the call short call side of the condor. Not to get into trouble, because of course here we start losing after going in that area. I can show you this on the risk chart right now. So, but basically, let's answer the question: how do you manage a position which is failing like this and starts generating losses after leaving that area? So let's go to the Analyze tab and see the condor. So here you can see clearly what happened. So I was assuming that the condor will stay in this area, okay, from here to here. The price of the stock will stay here and never leave this side or this side of the trade. And I was right in the middle, riding in the middle, maybe a little bit on that side for a longer while. But then KHC decided to go up and left that range, which is not so cool for me. So as I was seeing it move quite rapidly this direction, I thought, wow, I probably need to manage this because it's very likely it's gonna leave that range. So what can I do? What can I do? First thing was I observed that I'm very far away from this side of the condor, so short put side of the condor, short put spread, as you can see. So I thought, well, this must be now worthless, so I could just buy it back for a penny and collect all my gains. So this is what I did, and here is the trade which I have done. I basically, oh yeah, exactly. I basically executed this trade. Okay, so this is basically buying back, my put side of the condor, which ended up like destroying the condor, and I ended up with just like short call side. Okay, so well, it doesn't fix the trade for me. I just collected some cash for it. And now I'm in a different position. So as I was doing this, the price was actually still in the range. So when I was doing this, the price probably of KHC was here, not there, still here. So I was managing this like that, and I was waiting until it reaches the point of, breaking that angle here, this angle which you see here. So where the price was the strike price, which I sold, so 34 bucks. So I was waiting for it to reach this level. It was going quite rapidly. And then I thought, what can I do with this? Well, what does the short call spread mean? Basically, this is a promise which I sell to somebody that I'm going to give them shares of KHC for the price that I promised, which is 34. So if the price reaches 35, I still have to give it to the buyer of the contract at price of 34. So I'm losing this $1 in between times 1,000. So it's not so cool, right? So what can I do to protect myself? Well, in this case, this is a pretty cool stock. KHC pays dividend. It's something that I wouldn't mind to own. So I thought, well, why not just buy the shares at this level? Okay. And here comes an important point also. You need to manage your portfolio in a way that you can actually be able to manage your positions like this, which means keep enough cash to be able to do what I'm just gonna do right now. So what I did was I just bought 1,000 shares, like you can see here. Well, I didn't manage to get it at 34. I managed to get it at 34.14 because it jumped pretty rapidly to that level, and I was not paying attention so much. So, you know, I set the alert, but then as the alert ringed, you know, it was already 34.14. So this 14 cents, well, my loss. Yeah, I wanted to do this at 34. So I bought those shares, and what did it do to the risk chart is the following. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I just converted this trade from a losing trade to a trade which has a potential of even a win. So I bought those shares, and if KHC continues to rise up, well, I have this range where it doesn't mean anything for me actually, because the time is bringing me down to the blue line. So let me see if I could arrange this. No, probably not. So, you know, you see that I'm not losing anymore. I'm not losing my 1,000, you know. My loss is this 14 cents here, which ends up like being negative 30 or something like this in the end. So it's gonna, if it stays somewhere in the range between 34 now and 36-ish, why? No, 36-ish, 37-ish. I'm not losing anything actually. It looks good. So what I will have to do is, basically, if it stays here, I will be assigned and I will lose this 1,000 shares, and also my negative short contract, this negative 10, 34 call contract will be executed. So those two will disappear, and I will just end up with a loss of 30 instead of like 1,000, right? So this is fantastic, but I'm a greedy person, so I thought, you know what, I don't want to lose like 30 bucks on this. I'm going to, in case this even comes back, you know, I'm going to sell immediately a contract at a higher price, 37.5 I chose here, to collect some premium, you know, immediately for these 1,000 shares that I at the moment own. So what could I get for it? I got 47 cents per share. So times 100 times 10, because I have 10 contracts. Well, this gives me around 470 bucks to my pocket immediately, right? So I said, okay, since I bought these shares, I can promise to somebody, I bought them for 34.14, I can promise to somebody to sell them at 37.5 right now, yeah? Why not do this, you know? I'm gonna, if this gets assigned, I'm going to end up in a naked call position, but that's not a big problem. I know that I can buy those shares again, or I just leave it a naked. It's quite far away to go to this 37.5. It's possible, but it's still, you know, quite far away. So by doing that, I'm going to change my risk graph a little bit. So now you can see what's gonna happen. Well, this is looking crazy right now just because of the expiry dates. Notice this is for 21st of August 2020. This will expire in 17th July. So basically, as I'm recording this, it's going to be today. I may be assigned, and then I will just end up with this short call spread contract. So let's look what happens after July 17th. So I'm just going to move the calendar to the 20th. And this is how I'm going to look like on Monday with this position. So it's completely converted to a short call spread. And now I just have to wait and see if I'm not going to get to the area of like 37.50-ish. If I do, I'm going to be buying the shares again, yeah, for KHC, doing the same trick at this point, okay? So that's basically how you can manage a broken or whatever dying condor, where things don't go the way you want them to go. You can buy shares. Just make sure you have enough cash on the account to own 1,000, in this case, shares of KHC. This is a margin account, so I will just use we need a half of the currency. So if this is 34 bucks per share stock, I don't need 34,000, I need 17. So make sure you have that money so you can manage that broken, you know, condor kind of thing. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you like it, and see you on the next